Gorgeous landscape, super friendly people, amazing memories. That's what I got from my trip to Vietnam in just under 2 weeks. Traveled the country from north to south, starting in the capital of Hanoi. I stayed in Old Quarter, the heart and historical epicenter of action around the lake of Ho Hoan Kiem. This area is bustling with shops, bars, entertainment and lots of traffic. You can lose yourself walking around in the crowded streets, which is the first thing I did after settling down in the hostel. There is lots of picturesque landmarks you can find in the Old Quarter. Drink a coffee at Dong King Gyatong Square. I know I pronounced it wrong. You'll find there the Legend Beer Bar in a curiously looking building with a nice view over the square and the neighboring lake. From there, walk along the lake towards the Ngong Song Temple, a complex of buildings on a little island on the lake. To get there, cross the Red Bridge and enjoy the temple with its lovely pagoda, a place to relax at. From the western part of the lake, it's not far away to St. Joseph's Cathedral, the city's oldest church that looks similar to Notre Dame in Paris. It's a great place for tourists with a small square right in front of the cathedral. On the side of the square, I found the Xian hostel with a rooftop bar. I asked at the reception and could go up and from the very top capture the view of the cathedral and the nearby surroundings. I really recommend that area to stay at if you come to visit Hanoi. A 10-minute walk away from the north from the lake, you can visit the Quang Chuong City Gate, an 18th century city gate and watchtower. To be honest, I thought this to be bigger and more exciting than it was. Perhaps I expected a big palace, ruin or something, but it was basically just a section of some old walls. Nice to see if you stroll around, but I wouldn't plan my day around it to see it at all costs. But still, a nice bonus place to visit. By the way, I lost a control button from my camera rig while walking around that area. That's why I remember the place more clearly than I perhaps normally would. A major attraction in Hanoi is the railway that goes through the city center between very narrow and small streets. Residents have literally trains running past their doorsteps a few times during the day, and it has become a sort of an attraction for tourists, as the residents in some spots can offer food and refreshments on rails during the hours before the train passes. I've been at least to 2 such spots. One was the Cafe A99 on the western edge of the Old Quarter, a very lovely spot with an upper floor overlooking the rails right opposite a gorgeous and colorful mural. I'd say it's a little secret place where to sit, relax and have a delicious egg coffee. Another one was south of the central station Ga Hanoi. It took a while to get there on foot, but it was worth it. I sat there with some fellow backpackers and we enjoyed the great local street scenery, sitting comfortably on rails, just hanging out and enjoying being lost in this very special city. And we are now here at the train street, right?
But we're never gonna see the train.
Yeah, unfortunately. Because the train starts at 7.
And it's 5 o'clock.
Yeah, but it's okay. You can find a few other spots throughout the city where you can walk on rails, but some of them are already closed to trespassers. I can easily imagine many reasons for doing that, so that's okay. Safety and peace for the residents should have priority. What you shouldn't miss while visiting Hanoi is the Ho Chi Minh Mausoleum, the last resting place of the key figure of the modern Republic of Vietnam, which politically and ideologically is a communist country. The mausoleum is surrounded by a big park in which you could spend some time relaxing. You cannot take pictures inside the mausoleum itself. It's heavily guarded by soldiers in white uniforms, but you can definitely catch a glimpse of Ho Chi Minh solemnly lying in state. The mental picture will stay with you forever. After getting outside again, you can spend the rest of your time walking in the park nearby and see the one Pillar Pagoda, a reconstructed iconic small Buddhist temple that was originally erected in 1049, very long ago indeed. It's designed to resemble a lotus blossom. Be my actors. Oh yeah. Look, that was good. What I surprisingly enjoyed was the Temple of Literature just south of the mausoleum. It's a Confucian temple dedicated to Confucius himself, sages and scholars, and consists of landscaped courtyards, altars and shrines, and an imposing front gate. It was a pleasure walking around there with my two backpacker friends and getting lost within the walls of this very long, spacious complex of ancient buildings that were originally built in 1070. Between the governmental district with the mausoleum and the Old Quarter, you can make your way to the Thang Imperial Citadel complex with 11th century buildings and sculptures, and from there to King Thien, a historic fort and former royal residence.
Paparazzi, regattoni.
When traveling, you probably want to keep the memories of the epic places you visited close to your heart. The best way to do it is by storing your precious memory in a gorgeous necklace on which you can let engrave the name or the coordinates of the location you truly love. Or it can be any word that holds a special meaning to you. I got this elegant, simple and customized necklace with my nickname on it from the vendor of my shop. I put the link for you down below where you can check it out and get a stylish piece at a discounted price with my promo code. This wonderful stainless steel bar necklace comes with or without engraving. It's an elegant and simple accessory to complement your looks, keep your travel memories, or bring joy to your loved ones as a perfect gift. Check out the link down below. I'm sure you'll love it. Okay, now let's get back to the Vietnam trip. After spending 3 days in Hanoi, I joined forces with a fellow backpacker from South Korea and we went on a one-day trip to Halong Bay, a gorgeous, stunning bay and a UNESCO World Heritage Site with multiple limestone islands. It's a very popular tourist destination. We got on a one-night ferry trip around this stunning and scenic area. I remember approaching those unique mountains above the sea level. It was an amazing experience. The landscape was just outstanding. We spent the whole day walking and lying on the top deck of the ferry, enjoying the sights and the warm breeze. We got off the boat a few times to see interesting places. The first was the T-Top Island, basically a big hill with a viewing pagoda on top and a beach at the bottom. Although the view was stunning as expected, there were just too many people spoiling that gorgeous experience. Even taking a picture was stressful enough, so we moved on. Another majestic place was an island south of T-Top, a gorgeous bay and a landscape almost like out of a Jurassic Park movie. We got off there and entered the magnificent Hang Sung Sot cave. The next day we woke up very early at 6 or so as the plan was to go canoeing and visiting another cave. I don't remember where it was exactly, however, it was an awesome start into a new day. We reached a small beach by canoes where we entered the cave, and after exiting on the other side, we ended up on a stunning, hidden little beach. All in all, I must say, seeing Halong Bay is a must for every traveler to Vietnam. It's best to take a boat for a day or even stay overnight. You will remember the place forever. After docking on land, I booked myself on a bus to the next splendid destination, 2 hours south of Halong Bay, which is Ninh Binh, a town close to very picturesque mountains. Again, I've never made it to the Ninh Binh city itself. Tourists come here mainly to see the wonderful nature and its surroundings. I'll stay outside the city at Huang Homestay, a stunning villa hosted by a very amazing man whose hospitality just cannot be topped by anyone. After my stays in a tiny hostel room in Hanoi and a small cabin on a ferry, I was happy enough to finally have a spacious family room just for myself for the next 3 nights. My host picked me up from Tam Coc, which is an awesome town along the southern edge of the mountains. If I am ever to return to Ninh Binh again, I will definitely stay in Tam Coc. The village has bars, restaurants, and it's basically where action happens. In Tam Coc, there's boats leaving for trips between the mountains on the river. I booked myself into such a trip and I don't regret it. The landscape around Ninh Binh is just awe-inspiring, and you can see it from below as well as from above, from tops of mountains. It is by far my favorite place in Vietnam. I wasn't very lucky with the weather though, as it was raining most of the time. Anyway, there's so many places you can see around the area, it's just stunning. The first thing I can recommend is the Hoa Lu, an ancient capital dating back to the 10th century, packed with temple and fortress ruins. Upon arrival in front of the main gate, you might be greeted with ladies selling hats. My seller was very persistent, and for $1 I got myself a hat. At the end of the group trip, on day 1, we cycled among the rice fields and along a mountainside in the Beach Dong area near Tam Coc. It was still very picturesque despite the clouds, rain and mud on the road. I can only imagine the true beauty and wonder of that landscape on a sunny day during dry season. A definite highlight of your trip will be the Huang Mua Viewpoint. You get there by climbing a staircase on the southern side of the mountain range. Just walk up and enjoy a view that you'll never forget. I got there on a bike as it was only about 15 minutes away from my accommodation. The Huang Mua Viewpoint overlooks the surroundings in 2 directions, one over the river where I took the boat trip the day before, and one in the opposite direction towards the horizon. The place offers a perfect opportunity for some incredible photos. You can even take some risks and try to climb up the rocks further to touch the stature of a dragon. Many people do that, but you have to be careful not to slip or cut yourself along sharp edges. On the other side, you can have another perfect photo opportunity with a small tower at the top overlooking the scenery. However, I have to say that place was terribly crowded and people took their time to take the perfect photo with a perfect angle and a perfect pose. You really had to be patient. At the bottom of the staircase, there is a long walkway with beautifully decorated bars, restaurants, hotels and gardens. It was great to just walk around there and breathe in the stunning scenery. That was my first guide to Hanoi, Halong Bay and Ninh Binh in epic Vietnam. There's more to come in part 2 of my best of Vietnam journey, so definitely check this out. I hope you enjoyed the experience and the recommendations. If you liked it, please remember to click the like button below this video and subscribe to this channel. It really means a lot to me. If you subscribe, you'll get a notification when a new video comes up. See you soon in part 2 of my Vietnam journey, one of the most epic places in the world. Watch out and meet you there. Peace.